What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Stay the Rave. Got some really cool stuff going on. Starting off with an exclusive interview with Bill and Ed. And if any of you guys who are watching aren't from the DMV area or aren't dedicated junglists, Bill and Ed, amazing drum and bass production duo, DJs, just general homies. They're going to be on the lineup of this year's Dreamscape, and I went out last night and we filmed a little interview where we talked about their origins, talked about their music, and talked about what they're excited about for this year's Dreamscape. So I figured, instead of just starting off with a bunch of me talking, we can go right into this little pre-recorded interview. So, without further ado.
Bill and Ed here. Yeah, we first met at this through mutual friends, and we kind of linked up, kind of clicked right away, and then we saw each other at this party called the Shit Show, thrown by DC Rave's Radio.
2012, man.
2012.
We're coming up on 10 years now. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I'd say shortly after that, we vibed really well, and we got together. He used to come over to my house in Sterling, and we just jam out. Whatever equipment we had, synthesizers, MIDI controllers, you name it.
I was just happy to find somebody that I could play music with.
Yeah,
It's hard. It's hard to find people that are interested in making more than just guitar music.
Yeah.
And that's what I had been stuck with. Not that it's a bad thing or anything, but I'd played in bands and when I started trying to produce electronic music and hip hop and stuff like that, it was hard to find people to jam with. So I had all this shit at my house and Eddie had stuff at his house, and I was like, yo, we gotta just get this stuff together and jam and see what we come up with,
Yeah, and up until then, I took a big break, but I've been, making music since I was a kid, I was 16, 17 years old, making hip hop, with the old Dr. Boss drum machine and a Rolling
synth. Oh, those were awesome.
And a 4-track tape recorder, so, but I took a hiatus, and, meeting up with Billy, kind of rekindled everything, and, I've always been, into music equipment and, making music, so we got together. It just clicked, and
it was funny though. Was when he met me, I was spinning vinyl. I had already started spinning mixing CDJs when I met him, but mostly I just spun vinyl out, and I spun breaks and house and fucking techno and shit. And along comes Eddie, and he's like, "We're gonna play drum and bass," and I was like, "Yeah, that sounds good. Let's fucking make some drum and bass." So
yeah, one day at the house of Sterling, I was like, you know what, we should call ourselves Bill and Ed, and from then on it was on. We kind of
simple name.
Yeah, just
just a couple. We wanted to keep a couple of fucking guys try to make some music in the world.
Two blokes around the way, we felt we wanted to keep it simple, keep it short, so people recognize it, and from then on we were just so into drum and bass, and we had our own idea of what drum and bass, was and is, and a lot of it, our idea of it really, I think, was influenced by hip hop. You could find a lot of elements in jungle drum and bass that's deeply rooted in hip hop, and that was easy for us. And
yeah.
It was just, we couldn't help it. We couldn't help but put hip hop influences in there, and so that kind of steamrolled, and then we got our first release on Elm Imprint called Yardman, and I think that's just from then on we knew that's what we wanted to do.
Let's backtrack for 1 second. The reason the catalyst that kind of started this guy Sean Baldwin was, I guess he was throwing a party, and he wanted to do a production workshop. And we had never done anything with each other. We DJ'd together, but we'd never produced any music together. And so that's why I went over to his house in Sterling, because it was okay, well, if we're gonna have a production workshop, let's get together and talk about, what we're gonna talk about and show what we're gonna show or whatever. We didn't know shit. I mean, we knew a little bit.
We
man.
didn't know
like,
much. Yeah.
Man, I don't think it was enough to be holding a workshop, to be honest with you. The workshop fell through, but we were like,
Maybe it's to our benefit.
We kept getting together and making music because we were like, we're on to something here. So, okay. So fast forward, I think it was 2015 that we released Yardman?
Yeah, 2014, 2015 was our
Either
first release.
2014 or 15, I can't remember.
And it did pretty well. I mean, looking back on it, compared to what we're doing now, it doesn't stack up. But at the same time, it's still kind of cool to go back and listen to it, and it served its purpose.
I still like it.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
still
it was a pretty
good.
cool
It's
release.
just, the comparison of what we're doing now is a little bit different.
Yeah. I mean, we've also had since then, 7 years to produce together. So, a lot of things change.
Yeah.
Like we're that's how the Bill and Ed project started. Where we're going, trying to get under management, trying to get an agent to handle some things for
all
us.
those artist agencies out there, we're looking. So if y'all are looking, we're looking as well.
What? You contact us.
Yeah. Have your people call our people.
Have
By
your people call our
us.
people. We got a lot of releases set to release this year. We're working on a lot more projects than we've got releases so far for this year, as far as what's scheduled. But we're working on some of the releases that we can say, I guess. We've got a Tribe Dub EP coming out sometime in late summer. We've got a track on Deep in the Jungle coming out soon. Not going to say too much about that one, but you'll see it when you see it. It's coming soon.
You guys have played on BBC Manchester, right?
We have, yeah, with the one Simon.
S-Man.
S-Man.
DJ S-Man.
Yeah, he was kind enough to host us on a show, and that was so much fun. We did a little interview at the end there. You can catch that on SoundCloud on our page.
That is on our page, yeah.
Yeah, so check that out.
We also got to play Origin UK while we were over there. That was another very cool show. Got to play Rough Tempo. We're going to play Rough Tempo this time when we go back to the UK. We've got a show on Rough Tempo so far and a show on Cool London.
Yeah.
Which
Shout out to Pablo.
Shout out to Pabs.
Who are some of your influences? Who are the people that from the past and from the present that inspire your music and inspire you guys?
So it's just anybody
I mean, anyway, what artists, what music influences what you make in the Bill and Ed project?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I mean, kind of stepping back, the original, influences for me were hip hop producers. Alchemist is probably one of the top ones. DJ Premier, RZA. I was a big Wu head back in the day. Tribe Called Quest. I mean, a lot of those hip hop acts kind of forged my path in making music. But the first jungle tune I've ever heard was This Is LA from Lemon D, and that kind of steered my interest into D&B and jungle. Dillinger, if we're gonna go drum and bass, I mean, that's probably, if I would have to say drum and bass wise, what would be my biggest influence as far as production, it would probably be Dillinger. But it's just so many. A lot of them stem from hip hop again. Billy.
I been listening to music for a very long time, but focused on music, I think, throughout my life, as not only just playing instruments in school band, but I had a record collection when I was 5, and I just built on it. And I grew up listening to Johnny Cash and Kiss and John Cougar Mellencamp and Meatloaf and Leonard Skinner, and you know the list goes on. Pink Floyd, King Crimson, The Who. My parents were too young to be hippies, I guess. You know, they missed the whole '60s thing, but they were like post hippie, you know, '70s love childs or whatever. And my dad played in a band. He was a rock and roll guy, played guitar in a band. So, you know, I had all of their records, and, you know, loved all that shit religiously. And then I found hip hop in like 84, 85, and just lost my mind. I was like, wow, that's amazing. So that's influenced my life. As far as like artists go, I remember hearing like J. Rue the Damager the first time. Come Clean, that's a classic. First time I heard LL Cool J. First time I heard Run DMC, the Beastie Boys. You know, like those were like those were the artists that like got me into hip hop. I was at that age when all that stuff was popping off. Moved to Florida in like '94 to join the Navy, which was incredibly dumb. And that's where I got introduced to the rave scene, though, in Orlando, Florida. So a lot of breaks, house. There were drum and bass parties, but I didn't know about them at the time. So actually, I ended up taking that influence from like '94 to '96 and like spinning house and techno and stuff for years, probably right up until I met Eddie.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my early D&B influences, I would say, were like DJ Hive, DB, AK-1200, who else? Diesel Boy. You know, just like mostly like American guys, because it's like the only thing that I was really hearing at the time. But you know, I guess it's been like 8 years since we started playing together. So since then, I've tried to immerse myself in like, you know, like we have a collection of older records. I try to listen to them from time to time just to go back to that style and gather from that for ideas to make new stuff. So
yeah, I mean a lot of a lot of the liquid that we make, and I mean even jungle drum and bass like comes from soul, Motown, R&B stuff too. I mean
too.
You'll hear a lot in our music what we call vibes, and it's this vibey, melodic.
You can't describe vibes with vibey.
Right, vibesy. But it kind of lulls you to sleep a little bit, and then boom, it hits you on the drop. So,
one of our friends told us one time that like our tunes were, we had our own style because they were very musical. A lot of more elements than just like the drums and the low end. And that's true. Like we try to put like, a lot of keys and saxophones and, other instruments that, not even in a liquid tune, but,
yeah, we made
because I don't know if sax gets used a lot.
We've been told, and I took this as a compliment. We make songs and not tunes. And or at least we strive to do that. Sometimes, sometimes it's just that punch you in the face banger that you wanna make.
Yeah, and sometimes it's got a ridiculous amount of layers and elements.
Yeah. Me to send her stuff. I sent her stuff. She said, "Great, I'm gonna listen to it. I've got a lot of stuff to do today, but I'll hit you back that night." She did.
So maybe she didn't like it.
Maybe.
Guys just gotta move to the UK.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, man.
Pretty much.
I guess actually this conversation leads nicely into my next question, and that is, what is it like to be drum and bass producers in the DMV?
Producers, not so bad. I mean, there's not a ton of competition, I don't think.
I wouldn't think of anybody as like other writers as competition.
Yeah, DJing on the other hand, it's a little tough because,
That is tough.
yeah, although, we have a great drum and bass scene in the DMV, we also, I think it's more overshadowed by the other genres, EDM just in general has just been, so widely popular in this area, and as far as residencies that you see, they're usually house, techno, some breaks, but it's been tough to try to separate yourself from that, and drum and bass was, at least back in the day, was always in the side room, and I feel like that's kind of where our genre sits, kind of in the side room. Now there's exceptions, obviously. But as far as being local DJs, it hasn't been easy, but we're still pushing, and we're not stopping anytime soon, and yeah.
I think that it's interesting that more and more people are like producing in this area now, or people that were like doing something else, that were like playing in a band, or are now like producing in some way, shape, or form, whether it be house or breaks or drum and bass or whatever. We actually got a project going, another collab going with Scott Donovan from Bunk Buddha. That's a drum and bass project that's fucking sounding sweet. So I think it's great. The more producers come out of the woodwork and want to collab and work with each other and like kind of define this area's sound, I suppose. I look forward to that. That's good.
But I mean, overall, this area is amazing. Like for music talent. I mean, we've got some A+ DJs out there, and EDM producers as well. I mean, it's no short of great talent out there.
Just the local guys alone.
But Billy's right. Billy's right. I think the drum and bass production has stepped up a little bit in the local area, and that's nice to see, because we need more of that. Not competition wise, but just visibility wise.
Yeah.
Breed
visibility and I think it kind of feeds creativity to have more people.
It raises the bar.
It does raise the bar. Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, everyone holds each other to a little bit higher standard.
Yeah.
I would agree with that for sure. All right. So let's get into what's happening with your latest festival booking. Dreamscape. Tell
Dreamscape,
me, what are your plans for your set at Dreamscape? What things are you hyped about playing Dreamscape for?
Well, first of all, I mean, this is the first time we've had the pleasure of playing at Ramblewood, so we're extremely stoked about that in general.
Fuck yeah, man.
Thank
you, Nicole.
Yeah,
thank you, Raul.
Yeah, shout out to Nicole. Shout out to Raul. Shout out to the whole team there. But we've never been attendees, and we've never played. But everything we've seen, everything we've heard, it just seems like an amazing place to play. And we're stoked, because our goal is always play in front of as many people as we possibly can.
Absolutely.
And festivals really, really work out well.
They work out well for that. We got a good stage to play on, and we got a good time slot, and we're gonna have some merch.
Yeah.
So we're really friggin' excited. As far as what we're gonna play, man, want to have it be like some summertime vibe shit, like it's
some poolside vibes.
Yeah, some of that shit. So so we are gonna be playing some of our originals, some stuff that's on upcoming releases, and some stuff that's still just on dub. gonna go from everything from some jungle to some funky liquid to probably some more, heavy roller stuff, heavy bass, heavy rollers.
Yeah, but I mean, we definitely want to try to hit that summertime vibe.
Definitely got to hit the summertime vibe.
Yeah.
So what's like an example of some summertime vibes?
You can actually find that on our SoundCloud called Summertime. We did a remix of Summertime, Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah,
Very
that's definitely
summertime.
getting played.
Yeah, that's a great example.
Just a little strong, break from a monotony of all that hardcore dance that has gotten to be a little bit out of control. It's cool, they dance, but what about a groove that soothes and moves romance? Give me a soft little mix, and if it ain't broke, then don't try to fix it.
Who are you excited to see play out there? Who's on the lineup? Like, will you guys be going out and checking out some more sets?
No, Mac G's announced. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mac and G.
I just want to make sure I'm not fucking
yeah.
up, the phase 2 lineup announcement. So Mackie G, I'm definitely excited to see. Craze, obviously, duh. And all my local heads.
Yeah.
Andrew, DJ Amp.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Amp,
The Infamous. I'm interested in seeing my buddy from Virginia Beach come up.
Filthy Casual.
Filthy Casual, baby.
Shout out Filthy Casual.
Shout out 50 Casual.
Yeah, I mean,
we haven't seen him in a long time,
Fringe,
so he's coming up to hang up.
Mark Taylor.
Mark Taylor.
Villain.
Such a quality act, that Mark Taylor.
Can't forget Render Juan. Hoju Pockets. Shout out to Jake Pockets.
Yes.
Our homie out in Seattle, old friend, Be Good. Old Johnny.
Chungle.
Yeah, man.
Chungle is coming. I'm excited to see Chungle.
Yeah, it's always nice to see Chungle. I mean, again, the area is chock full of talent. And,
Rusco.
And Rusco.
I'm excited to see Rusco.
Yeah,
Do you think that Rusco will play some D&B? I hope he does.
I'm hoping.
I hope he does.
Yeah.
Because I like when Rusco plays D&B.
Yeah, I have
That's fun.
nothing against dubstep.
Nothing at all. But you gotta,
But my heart sings for drum and bass, so
my heart beats 175.
That's right. So hopefully that pans out. Yeah. But yeah, again, the local lineup is great. Headliner's great, and we're waiting for that phase 2 to drop. So can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, we don't know who else we're looking forward to yet.
Well, so do you guys have maybe a sneak peek of a fresh new track that you think you might be featuring at Dreamscape?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do. And let's fire the old beat machine up, shall we? The beat making machine. All right, so this one is called Don Dada. Some of you might recognize the samples. It's from the movie Belly. It's one of my favorite little gangster movies back in the day with DMX and Nas. And all those cats.
Method Man.
Method Man. It's actually.
I roll dolo from state
What's
to
funny
state.
about this is probably the 3rd or 4th iteration of this tune, which sounds completely different other than the samples. I made the original tune probably 4 or 5 years ago, and that really never panned out. And I also lost it.
We lost a lot of shit.
For other stories that I can't really mention now, but so this one is called Don Dada. It's unreleased currently.
Bring it up on the big one.
And and it goes a little something like this.
Well, thank you so much, Bill and Ed.
Absolutely, our
Great.
pleasure,
Well,
man. Thank you for coming by the studio. Definitely a pleasure to have you, and
Yeah, big shout out to Good Vibes.
definitely a big shout out to
Yeah,
Good
State of the
Vibes.
Rave. You guys are doing it big. Really appreciate what you guys are doing.
Such a cool idea, and a good concept, and I hope that it like continues to take off and pick up for you.
Big shout out to my beautiful girlfriend, Amber McCann. I love her very much. You can catch all of our music on wherever you get your music. It's also streaming on Spotify. You can buy it on Juno Download, iTunes Music, Amazon Music, Beatport. So if you're,
check us out.
yeah, if you're interested in what we do,
Just keep your eye out on new stuff
Feel free
coming
to
too. We
support
got
us.
a lot of new stuff coming, a lot of new stuff. So keep your eyes peeled. Shout out to my wife who's upstairs right now watching the Kardashians. Love you.
All right. And we're back. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I had a blast putting that on. And now we're here with all of our homies. You know, we got Damien, we got Levitation Jones, and of course we have Render Juan or Raul. So glad to have you here and really excited to get into talking a bit about Dreamscape. I know Bill and Ed are so hyped for it, and I'm looking forward to their pool stage set. I'm looking forward to hanging out at the pool stage in general. But I don't know, like, tell us a bit about what you got going on, what you got planned for Dreamscape, Raul. Oh. So can you, 1 second. Might be experiencing some technical difficulties. All right, here we are. Can you guys hear?
Yes, there we go.
Yep, gotcha.
There we go.
Yeah, that lag was pretty brutal.
I know. Well, you know, running a live stream show and being a presenter all at the same time, it definitely has its pratfalls. But yeah, no, man, a lot of hype going into Dreamscape this year. You know, it's just so exciting to get back to Ramblewood, and I'm definitely excited, yeah, to catch Bill and Ed at the poolside stage.
Yes. Yeah, we are so excited to be back. I mean, we were on a good 5-year hiatus for Dreamscape. You know, we still did Nightmare, but Dreamscape was just one of those things. It was just, you know, it had to be taken out of the cards for a little bit. But we're back after 5 years, and we are really excited to be back. It's nice to come back to Ramblewood in the summer and be able to open that pool again, because that pool party is just, that's one of those things that everyone loves, is the pool party, and it's so much fun. And yeah, we're just excited to be back in the summer.
No, absolutely. No, it seems like there's going to be a lot of great talent at the pool stage. Like I've heard that, you know, De-Infamous is we playing there and doing a bunch of stuff there, and you know, Bill and Ed. So is it going to be mainly drum and bass, or are you going to throw in some house and stuff?
No, so the pool stage, Thursday we're gonna so for the pool stage, because it's the pool party, during the day is only focused more on our heavier acts, because at night, you know, I'm sure everybody's familiar with the decibel reduction we have to do. So we focus on our main acts during the day. Thursday we're gonna have a bunch of rhythm guys. We got some guys coming through from Jersey. Friday it's gonna be more sort of dubsteppy, you know, more vibey shit like that. And then Saturday we're coming hard with the drum and bass. So yeah, man, it's gonna be all over the place for the pool party. It's gonna be so much fun. And we did a good job of kind of balancing whatever's happening at the pool party with what's happening on main stage and all that. So, you know, everybody's got a little something to check out while the main acts are going, if that's not their cup of tea. So yeah, we got a good little bit of different stuff going on each day.
Nice.
I love the direction of the Dreamscape festival that's taken in the past couple of years. Like, this lineup is so different from, in the way it still pays respect to you, but just, you know, you think about your original Dreamscape forever ago. Like,
oh yeah.
It pays homage to it, but it's so different in such a healthy way. I love it. You know?
Right, absolutely. You know, and a lot of the acts that we booked, they have that more summertime vibe. We went with a lot of acts that were more just kind of like that newer like electro funk style. That's it's really fun for outdoor stuff. Like that's what we're going for. And since we were on a hiatus, it was definitely one of those things where if you look at the last Dreamscape lineup, it was immense. It was insane. So we kind of treated it. We're kind of treating it like it's a year one festival again. You know what I mean? Just we had to tone it back a little bit because we don't know, we didn't know how it was going to go, just being gone for 5 years. So we toned it down a little bit, but I think we still did a really good job of just curating good, interesting acts that are all going to fit well together, and just it's going to be a unique experience, and we're happy with what we were able to come up with.
Oh yeah, man! I'm excited for a Craze festival set. That's something I've never gotten to enjoy before, and I'm a big old Craze fan. And I mean that's going to be interesting. I'm so excited for what's coming down the pipe for Phase 2. I know, like, do you have any idea when you guys going to be releasing Phase 2?
I can't say for sure. We are. It's gonna be the next couple days. Like it's gonna be the next couple days for sure. But it'll be very soon. That's all I
No
can say.
promises, folks.
Right? Yeah, no promises.
I know, Raul, you've been doing a lot of like the talent buying and like the sort of like lineup setting, correct? These,
So most of the stuff that I deal with is stuff like artist advancement and all that. Mostly just working with agents, making sure we're getting the artists what they need and when they need it, taking care of our back line, all that kind of stuff. So I've been dealing mostly with artist advancement type stuff. So I've been doing before I started doing that, I was more in the on the production side of things, stage managing our side stage, and then eventually stage managing main stage. So that's mostly been my bag, has been production, stage managing, all that stuff. Uh, Keeping Nicole sane. Um, yeah, mostly dealing with advancing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just dealing with artist relations and that kind of stuff.
so I mean, I have the artists that are on the lineup. Have they been seeming really hype about coming out and playing Dreamscape this year?
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody's been really happy about it. Everybody's been really excited. We've been talking to agents and all that. Everybody's stoked to be here. Obviously, after a while, you deal with some of these agents several times over again, and they're happy to be there, and they know you're gonna take care of their artists, and they know it's gonna be a good time. So they're hyped to be there.
Nice. So in terms of like the actual festival layout, I know that there's going to be another high score stage, with Rabbit down. I'm guessing back at the pavilion. And
Yeah, high score is gonna be a pavilion, as it always is.
I mean, and I guess like you won't be doing the barn stage. It's going to be the pool stage this year, right? Or
We are doing the pool stage. Yeah, yeah.
I guess just the warehouse. No, or I guess I don't know. Would you call it the warehouse or like the barn? I don't know, like the big.
The warehouse, I'd say that's the big one. That's that big stage.
Awesome. I mean, are there any other like cool like sort of events, activities, like stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a bunch of activities ready. Actually, our homie Nard, who is hosting us here, thank you. He's doing a activity called The Joy of Mixing with Nard. He's doing a workshop on production and mixing and all that. That's going to be a really cool one you don't want to miss, especially if you're an aspiring producer, an aspiring DJ. You want to get your toes wet in this environment. He's going to be doing a really cool workshop. So we're excited about that one. One that I liked was the dubstep yoga. One of our DJs, Lady Zeus, she's doing a dubstep yoga. They play really cool, chill dubstep, and they have a little dubstep, a little yoga routine for everyone to do.
Love the idea of dubstep yoga.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's just chill low key dubstep and just doing some yoga over it. And yeah, that's cool. I think that's gonna be like a morning activity, which that fits perfect for that as people are getting up and getting ready.
Nice.
Yeah, we have one called Twerk of Art. It's it's all about it's about twerking, body positivity, all that kind of stuff. Like the art of twerking and dancing and all that. You know what I mean? It's gonna be fun. We got a lot of stuff like that. I mean, we got a ton of new deco, inflatables. Since we took a step back, we were able to kind of juice it up a little bit from what we thought we were originally going to be able to do. It's not going to be that last year where we had the insane lineup we did, but we're trying to make up for that with doing a lot of extra activities. Deco, all that stuff. We're gonna have a nice little photo booth down at the pool stage and all that. It's gonna be cool.
Honestly, I feel like Ramblewood's such like a awesome and chill festival venue. It's like you don't have to like totally go like balls to the wall, get like some like $50,000 like headliners or something like that.
People want intimate, they want small, they don't want a million people. I love it. Like
I agree. Like the big festivals, they have their place and they do what they do and they do it really well. So it was funny. Somebody actually mentioned one of the larger local festivals, which I'm not gonna name, but somebody framed that as our competition to me like last week, and I was like, I wouldn't call that our competition. Like they do something very different than what we do, and they do it well, and we do well. So it's we focus on those more intimate events. A smaller capacity. We do all the workshops, we do all the activities. We try to get cool deco in there. So, it's everybody has their place. You know what I mean? We definitely take it more on the intimate level, more grassroots level, and we like connecting with people and all that, and helping people connect with each other. So that's really where we're at.
No, absolutely. I mean, something I've always appreciated, like what you and Nicole and the Normals and like all your team have done with like all of your various like festival properties have like been creating these sort of events that really bring like the DMV fam and like the sort of the Mid-Atlantic rave fam together. And whenever I go like like a Big Dub or Nightmare or past Dreamscape, so like that, I always see like all the people I love most from the scene and like the people I see all the time, and it's like this sort of wonderful community event that you guys do. And I always appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things I really love about Big Dub too, is like we're we're at the point where I still struggle to consider ourselves like a national festival. You know what I mean? Like just being there since day one, watching it grow. Like we're at the point where we could pretty much consider ourselves like a national level festival. It's kind of hard to see yourself that way, but when you think about it, like, man, we have guys that we have crews of people that fly in from Canada. We have people that fly in from Texas and California every year to come to Big Dub, and they have their Big Dub fam that they see nowhere else besides once a year at Big Dub. And to me, that is awesome. That is awesome.
The number one thing I always hear about, like, why people go to Big Dub is because their fam goes.
Yeah.
That's like the number one reason always,
Yeah, it's been amazing to watch it grow, and just seeing people from, on the other side of the US, being friends with people from our side of the country, and they see each other once a year, but they know they're going to see each other at Big Dub, and they know they're going to see their fam at Big Dub, and it's cool to see that we've built something like that that's like unique enough that people want to come to our festival. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Is there anything that you could tease about this year's Big Dub? Like, any?
At the moment, not really. We're building things out at the moment. We're building out the lineup and all that. So we're still in the early stages of everything. So there's not much I can really say yet on that. Besides, it's going to be good. We are doing some upgrades to stuff like site lighting and environmentals. We're putting a bit more into the environmental deco. Site lighting is a big one too, because in the past years we've had areas where it was, you're kind of walking through the dark. We're trying to eliminate as much of that as possible. We're bringing back Lunasol to do all their deco installations. They're awesome to work with. Yeah, we're doing some upgrades like main camp RV pads and that kind of stuff. So, besides that, yeah, there's not too much I can say on that because we're still in the early stages of everything. We're as we're wrapping up Dreamscape now and really getting ready to push that. So, post Dreamscape is really when the big dub grind starts. But we're planting the seeds in there and getting little bits ready, setting the foundation for all that stuff.
Nice. No, I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing, man. So much good stuff coming up this festival season. I really can't wait. Between man, May is gonna just be crazy in and of itself. With Dreamscape, and then like literally right into Big Foot Electro. I'm gonna be very tired come June.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm really hoping I can get myself away. I'm really hoping I can get away and check out Bigfoot for a day or two. It's a little far for me, but I really want to make it out there for a day or two.
Now I know that Levitation and I were going to be having a good old time.
I was just working on it. There's a lot of I'm like already got so much bullshit up my sleeve. It's funny.
How's the wheel been coming?
That's what I was talking about. It's a big old mess at this point in a good way. But I mean, the amount of production we're bringing to like bring this like late night game show to Big Foot Electro for 2.5 hours is gonna be real intense.
What kind of game show is it? Hold on, you have my attention. That sounds cool.
Yeah, okay, cool. I was like, let's see if I can wrap them in here. All right. I've been working.
What do you got going on?
I've been working on my pitch. Let's see if I sound like we're worth it here.
Pitch it, bud. Let's go.
It's an open deck randomized, or it's a randomized open deck experience. So we take artists from the festival and put them on a big wheel, and we the whole wheel is like mic'd up and everything. It clicks. It's badass as shit. So it's like a random, and each DJ gets 20-minute set, and it's like you may get the fucking Whittler on one night, and there's one slot that's open for general admission to get up on a waiting list. So some random person from the crowd with their flash drive could be spinning right after the Whittler and right before Salty.
Wow.
Shit. I gotta bring my USBs now. Fuck.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
That's right.
I'm hosting it. There's a bunch of like crazy game show music and like sounds, and it's really tacky, and we tell jokes and like.
That's awesome. That's an amazing idea.
Cool.
No,
we were working on that, so that's a big scheme.
I love that, dude. Doing
We gotta get the Levitation Jones fucking DJ wheel over at Big Dub.
I would be honored if you guys would. I haven't been back to Big Dub since like I think 2015 or something.
Oh man, yeah, it's been a while.
I would be honored. I've been on my great boy shit. You got me. Buy your stock low. I'm coming in hot here.
There you go. Buy low.
No. I don't know, Levitation, what's your like favorite memory of the big dubs that you have been to?
That damn fucking hill. All the way down to
Yeah.
No,
Heart Attack Hill.
I gotta say, like, the comfort with nudity stood out to me as like a great element of that grounds. Like everybody's just like I'm joking, obviously, but the level of just comfort and trust that is on those grounds, and like everyone feels like your friend and is down for the same freaking party. It's a great time. That was things that stood out to me.
I know. I feel like it's the closest thing you can get to a burn. But it's still like sort of a more traditional festival. It kind of like straddles that line in a very interesting way.
Yeah, not to like be like, oh yeah, like everybody gets naked. And, like the music is fantastic, the art is awesome. Like that is really like the attention to detail and so many cool elements is what was sick about the festival. To be honest.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's good to hear. Thank you. Yeah, that's like you said, Steven. Like we kind of try to incorporate a little bit of like that burn vibe into Big Dub. You know what I mean? Just freedom of expression, just freedom, freedom. You know what I mean? Obviously within
reasonable
within
limits.
reason.
I know. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's like that. I mean, it's the same thing, honestly, with the stuff that you guys do at Ramblewood. Like, I go to like a huge commercial festival like Lost Lands, or like Moonrise or something like that, and I feel like I'm getting forced through a bunch of lines, and like I feel like I'm being I don't know, push through this whole like commercial machine to extract the absolute like largest amount of money out of my wallet as possible. And I mean, look, like I understand, like, you know, when you have like production like they do at like Lost Lands, you got to get your bread back, or else you can't keep escalating. And you know, and it's cool and stuff like that. But you know, sometimes it's just nice to like have that sort of, I guess, more of a focus on the community and the vibe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Is there anything like, you know, cool or different like you're doing production wise for this year's Dreamscape? Like, you know, any like interesting visuals, like any VJs?
Yeah, I
you're
mean, you
excited
know,
for?
we're gonna have, you know, obviously we're gonna have our big LED wall. We're gonna have VJs, all that good stuff. Our tier 2 act, or sorry, our tier 1 act that is phase 2. I'm really excited for. That's gonna be a cool AV set. I really can't say anything other than that. Um, but yeah, no, it's gonna be great. We got some good shit lined up. I mean, yeah, we're, you know, if you went to Nightmare, you can expect level of production about the same. Like I said, we you know, it's one of those things where since we had a 5-year hiatus, we're playing it a little more low key than we would have otherwise. You know, just to cover our asses and all that. You know, give people a good show, and you know, not go too crazy with it.
Of course. Were the venue owners like happy after Nightmare? Were they like, you know, pleased with how it all
Oh
went?
yeah. They love us. You know what I mean? We've got such a strong reputation with Ramblewood. The only reason that we had to leave was because there was some, you know, local stuff. You know, the locals didn't really like us and all that. But we ended up patching all that up, making it right, and they welcomed us back with open arms. Ramblewood loves us. You know, any opportunity that they have to work with us, they take it because, you know, they know we know what we're doing, and we know that they're going to be a good partner with us. So, you know, it's always a good time there.
Nice. Have you guys sold out of the cabins yet?
I believe cabins are like 80% sold out or something like that. Yeah, cabins are pretty much almost sold out. Our first tier of 3-day tickets are like 80% sold out or something like that as well. So cabins and the first tier are pretty much about to be sold out. So yeah, we're expecting a pretty good turnout, especially once we drop that phase 2. I think we're gonna get a lot of new ticket sales because it's gonna be a very nice little release. The tier 1's gonna be really dope. The tier 2 editions and the tier 3 editions are all gonna be really dope. So we're very excited for that tier for that phase 2 drop.
Is there anyone from Phase 2 that you can announce right now? Or are you going to wait for the
I
flyer
can't.
drop?
Nope. I can't. I can't.
Understandable.
Gotta. Yeah.
You can't blame a
I know
guy
you're
for
gonna.
trying. You can't.
Oh no! I know you're gonna try. I know you're gonna try.
You can't blame a guy for
Tell us
trying.
one.
No, he can't. He can't. But you know, it's only going to be a couple days. We'll talk about it on you know, next week's episode of State of the Rave. Pretty soon to be broadcast in Baltimore. Since I'll start my move to Baltimore next week. Some
What?
exciting times.
hell
I
yeah.
know.
Oh yeah, dude.
I know. It's
Be one of
exciting
us.
times. Yeah, I'm gonna be
One of us.
the best Baltimorean I can be. Well, that's gonna be nice. You know,
Certain breed.
Crab people. Crab people.
No, it's gonna be nice. Especially, I'm excited that I'll be in Baltimore for Dreamscape, because I mean, it's like, you know, I just like blast up the roads there, and if I feel like I need a real bed, I could just like go back.
Yeah. That's the one thing I love about Ramblewood is if I go for an event that's not one of ours, I can zoom back home and sleep in my own bed. It's nice.
It's not too far. Yeah, it's like a 45-minute, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I would say
Y'all are
probably
lucky.
from where you're at, like Raul, it's probably only like a half an hour. Like you're right there on like the north
Yeah,
side.
about 35 minutes or so. It's great.
No.
I sleep on site just, you know, because I have to, but if I didn't have to, I'd be coming back to my bed every night.
No, absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the things I always enjoyed about Big Dub is I never lived further than like 40 minutes away. So if like, you know, I ever felt like I need to go home and like take an actual
Yeah.
shower and maybe just sit on my couch for like a minute and collect myself to come back, I could. Nah, so exciting, so exciting. Just so people know, if you check the description of this video, I have a link to the tickets for Dreamscape with a promo code that you can use to get a discount. So, if you're on the fence or you haven't gotten your ticket yet, now would be a good time to, hop on there and grab them. 80%.
Be the best time.
Yeah, 80% gone. And we got like a fresh new lineup or a phase 2 lineup drop that's apparently going to be insane. So you don't want to
get them now while they're cheap, because that phase 2 is going to seal the deal. I'm very confident that the phase 2 announcement's going to seal the deal. We got a lot of good additions from tier 1 to tier 2 to tier 3 to some locals as well. It's going to be a nice beefy announcement.
Like what?
You'll have to find out. You'll have to wait around and see.
It's definitely going to be exciting, that's for sure. Man, I don't know, Brian, you should come on down. You should
Dude, I'm looking at this lineup as you guys are chatting, and I'm behind Raul. and I'm, every time he wheels this way, I read the small print. I'm like, this is a damn freaking good lineup.
There you go.
There's a lot of people on this lineup.
Yeah, there's some awesome, well thought out undercard music there.
We're really we're going for that. We're trying to put our ear to the ground and try to get unique, cool artists. The really big name rage out artists, that stuff's fun, but we're trying to really push sound. And if you look at our tier 3, that's a lot of local homies that are really pushing production, really pushing their own sound. People like Bill and Ed, who were just on the video earlier. Guys like Wretches, guys like Yarvis, NOXX, all those guys. They're producing, they're pushing music, they're really taking their shit seriously, and it's cool to see that. That's definitely what we're doing now, is trying to get those local guys who are just putting in the work and making good music and put them out there, because we have the ability to do that. Why not take our local homies and why not put them on a pedestal and show everybody, hey, check all this shit out, check out their music. It's
definitely looking.
Well, real quick, I just like that that undercard is not much of clicks in a way where it's hand selected underground music. There's a lot of regional talent, but very awesome stuff. People that do different things.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have a good enough audience that we can do a little bit of everything, and you know what I mean. And we can do that. Some people might be pigeonholed into a certain type of event, but we're lucky enough that we have a strong enough following that we can put new people out there, and we can we have that wiggle room where we got our higher tier guys that are gonna sell the tickets, obviously, because that's the point of throwing the festival. You got to sell the tickets, but it's good to be able to put those guys on there that are those kind of undercard, starting to come up, really giving a shit about their craft, and it's it's nice to see.
No, I mean, I really do see that. I mean, there's so many sets I'm so excited for. I haven't seen a Minnesota set in I don't know how long, but I was
same.
It's so good.
I have not seen a Minnesota set in a while.
Of course, I'm looking forward to the Mark Taylor villain. It's Choppy Oppy, or who? No. It's
it's Moppy. Yeah, they're doing a 3-way tag with Moppy, so that's gonna be fun. And I'm actually playing for the first time in a couple of years before them, so that's gonna be fun.
No, I know. I was about to say that. It's man, I can't remember I think the last time I saw a Render 1 set was at Big Dub years ago. But
yeah, it's been a while.
You are.
I just got to the point where DJing kind of became a chore. You know what I mean? I always loved the music, but I wasn't actively producing and all that. You know what I mean? To me, DJing was a hobby. And it happened to become a hobby that did well for me, and I was good at it, and I got to play around a lot, and that was really fun. I got to open for some of the best drum and bass headliners in the fucking world. I've been able to open for Goldie, Andy C, High Contrast, the biggest guys you can think of. And that was a blessing. But yeah, it became a thing where I sort of started losing interest, so I just stopped taking gigs, and there came a point actually where I said yes to a very good gig, And the day of, I wasn't excited for it. And in my head, I was like, somebody else could have taken this gig and had the time of their life. And that's kind of when like I stepped back. But lately I've been like, all right, you know what? I've been playing around at home a little more. I've been using my XTJRX and all that, just kind of practicing around, playing around, and I'm like, you know what? I can play a little set at our own festival. Why not?
Hell
That'll
yeah.
be fun.
Hell yeah. I mean, do you have any like, you know, what are your thoughts on your track list? Like, you know, are you gonna, what kind of like genres will you be you'll be spinning?
I'm probably gonna be like a little bit all over the place. I might start out like a little bit heavier, and then I'm definitely gonna play a bunch of like rollers and stuff like that, because that's the kind of stuff I'm feeling right now. Like just those like fucking long baseline rollers. Like I don't know. I love that shit right now.
Nice. No, I'm excited. I'm excited for your set. Which stage will you be playing on?
That's gonna be on the pool party stage. And yeah, right after me is going to be who was it? Like I said, Travis, Mark, and Moppy. So I'm feeling like I'm gonna play like most of my set, and then like probably the last like 15 minutes, be like, all right, guys, we got to do like a fucking B2B, and it's gonna be fun. Because those are the homies. I love them. So, and I know their track selections, and we're gonna vibe very well. So it's gonna be fun.
No, absolutely. No, man, the pool stage is really where the party's gonna be at for so much of that weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're definitely adding a nice, good bit of deco in there. We're definitely trying to make it one of the main attractions. We want to get a little photo booth and all that stuff, you know, if that happens. But yeah, we definitely want to make it a an area of interest.
Nice. No. So much hype. So much hype.